Welcome everyone. Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. A day after Ajit Pawar once again joined the BJP in power in Maharashtra, the Pawar versus Pawar battle has gone to the next level now. A short while ago, Ajit Pawar reiterated his claim that he has support of over 40 NCP MLAs and that he now controls the party and it's simple. But we haven't really seen so many MLAs with him yet. Also, NCP patriarch Sharad Pawar also insists that the party and the MLAs are indeed with him, excluding the ones that took oath yesterday. His faction has also filed a plea before the Assembly Speaker to disqualify those 9 MLAs, including Ajit Pawar, for anti-party activities, while also sacking 2 of their rebel MPs. Now, let me turn the clock back for you. In 2019, Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar took oath as CM and Deputy CM of Maharashtra in a midnight coup. That oath-taking ceremony actually was conducted secretly at 6 a.m. in the morning, with Ajit Pawar claiming support of over 40 MLAs. But days later, both had to resign as they failed to prove their majority. Now, cut to 2023, Ajit Pawar still claims he has that much support, certainly a support of 2/3 of the majority of the party, took oath in a haste manner and is yet to prove his majority. Moreover, Amol Kole, who was present at the Raj Bhavan during his swearing-in ceremony, has now rejoined the Sharad Pawar camp. So can Ajit Pawar avoid the 2019 embarrassment this time? Does he really have the numbers to win this Pawar tussle? We'll take that question to our guests in just a bit. So as it stands, within the NCP, Ajit Pawar is claiming support of as many as 40 MLAs out of the 53 MLAs that they have, as I mentioned, although there has been no parading of these supporters just yet. Meanwhile, uncle and patriarch Sharad Pawar is also claiming that barring those 9 that took oath, everybody else is still very much with him. So that makes it 44 MLAs. What is the situation overall in Maharashtra? If you go by Ajit Pawar claims, then BJP Shinde government gets a huge bump from 145 to 185. Because if he does indeed have MLAs, 40 MLAs with him, then he can avoid the anti-defection law. On the other side, from 154 in 2019, the Mahavikas Aghadi has now come down to just 74. 2 times they're witnessing their alliance partners go through a split. This one is still pending though. Again, this is if Ajit Pawar's claim sustains. But it doesn't look like it is materializing for him just yet, because his uncle is not backing off. After Supriya Sule's public request and letter, Sharad Pawar has actually removed Praful Patel and Sunil Tatkare, the rebel leaders, as parliamentarians from the party. Praful Patel's photo was also dramatically removed from the NCP's national office in Delhi. He has clearly become persona non grata, even though he keeps saying that Sharad Pawar is their leader. Sharad Pawar camp also moved a disqualification plea against 9 NCP MLAs who took oath, including Ajit. Sharad Pawar claims support of the majority of the MLAs, as I mentioned, barring those 9 who were seen with Ajit Pawar. NCP immediately appointed Jitendra Awar as the new leader of opposition after Ajit took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister. Ajit Pawar and Praful Patel, meanwhile, met Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis today. There was also a picture released. And Ajit Pawar faction has appointed him as the Chief of Legislative Party. And Sunil Tatkare has been appointed as the new NCP State Chief. They insist they have the requisite number. There are obvious questions being raised by critics on the BJP's move to align once again with the party and a faction that they have blamed for corruption in the past. In fact, since the 2019 bid of Ajit Pawar failed, BJP, when it came back to power with Shinde this time, mounted even more charges of corruption against the very people who have now taken oath as ministers. So Ajit Pawar himself faces the Maharashtra Cooperation Bank and irrigation projects probes. Chhagan Bhujbal is another name who is still facing a money laundering case by the ED and probe in the Mumbai University corruption case. Hassan Mushrif is another one who has taken oath as a minister. He's been raided by the ED recently. He's been linked with irregularities by a sugar factory. And Aditi Tatkare, also somebody who took oath yesterday. Her father, Sunil Tatkare, is facing irrigation scam probe. So apart from the questions of propriety, of course, fundamentally, what is the big tussle right now? And that tussle is the power tussle. Of course, those questions don't go away. But even as we speak right now, it is really not clear if this this roll of the dice of Ajit Pawar will be successful this time around or not.
We ये काय के लिए पूछता है क्योंकि आई एम हेडिंग पार्टी, आई एम प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द पार्टी। कोर्ट में केस थी तो कोर्ट ने
कांग्रेस पे तो अभी हमारी संख्या बल है वो सबसे ज़्यादा तो हमारा रहेगा महाविकास आघाड़ी में, तो विपक्ष का नेता तो कांग्रेस को ही मिलेगा।
त्याच्यामध्ये त्या केंद्राचा फायदा देखील राज्याच्या विविध विकास कामांच्या करता जो निधी लागतो, परवानग्या लागतात।
Let's go across to the full panel. Joining us, Tohin Sinha from the BJP, Krishna Hegde is from the Shiv Sena Shinde faction, CS Jha is from the Shiv Sena UBT faction. I'm also joined by Faizan Mirza of the NCP with the Sharad Pawar camp, Sujata Paul of the Congress Party, Smita Prakash of the ANI. I do thank all of you for your time. There are too many factions in Maharashtra now. It's very difficult to say who's in government and who's in opposition. But jokes aside, we have a lot of guests, so I request all of you to please be brief in your opening statements so that I can go across everyone and take their points. Let me begin with CS Jha of the Shiv Sena UBT faction and then, of course, Faizan Mirza. CS Jha, it looks like history is repeating. There are so many contradictions between some of these regional parties in Maharashtra because of what transpired in 2019. It's all coming back to haunt you. Something must be fundamentally wrong within your parties, the Shiv Sena earlier and the NCP now, that this is happening to you.
See, there is nothing wrong in the party if somebody choose to become a traitor. So you cannot allege that the whole party becomes an irrelevant. The situation right now, which we see in Maharashtra from 2019 till today, the mutiny has been brought by some kind of division which has been put into the party and they have to divide it. Now the BJP is the major playing role in this kind of situation. And it is not Maharashtra only, it is other states also, they are doing the same. Now the BJP wants to rule the country by doing a divide and rule system introduced into this kind of regional parties, and they are doing
Mr.
so
Jha,
by
Mr. Jha, can the BJP not claim that this betrayal of the public mandate was actually started by the Shiv Sena, by Uddhav Thackeray? Now, if all is fair game.
If you say fairly that if there is a betrayal, then why BJP is not facing an election? That is a major question put to BJP also. That if there is a betrayal, they should go to the mandate. They should go for the mandate before the public, and they should collaborate the same. That see, we have the mandate and we are carrying on with the mandate, and therefore we are eligible to sit on the chair.
All right,
but
fair enough. I'll take that to the BJP representative. Very quickly, I'm taking opening comments right now. Faizan Mirza is from the NCP Sharad Pawar camp. Why is it that Ajit Pawar keeps doing this to you? ये क्यों करते रहते हैं बार-बार? अब दूसरी बार कर रहे हैं और मतलब आप इनको संभाल क्यों नहीं पा रहे हैं?
Ajit Pawar has been blackmailed by BJP. 3 days prior, the Prime Minister of country told that NCP is a party who has done the scam of 70,000 crores. It was the statement of the Prime Minister. It was not a statement. I think that it was a threat from him कि हमारे पास आ जाओ नहीं तो हम तुमको फंसा देंगे. लेकिन यहाँ पर सवाल ये है कि अगर ये लोग भ्रष्टाचारी होते तो इनके साथ में भारतीय जनता पार्टी सरकार नहीं बनाती. ये लोग ईमानदार और सच्चे हैं. इन लोगों को धमकी दी गई झूठे केस में फंसाने की, इसलिए ये लोग चले गए. अब मसला ये है कि जो पार्टी का पूरा कैडर है और हम लोग हैं, हम लोग माननीय पवार साहब के साथ खड़े हैं और आखिरी दम तक हम लोग लड़ेंगे और पवार साहब के साथ खड़े रहेंगे. महाराष्ट्र की जनता आने वाले वक्त में इसका जवाब सिर्फ और सिर्फ भारतीय जनता पार्टी को देगी कि उन्होंने जो कुछ भी किया महाराष्ट्र में, जिस तरह की जो राजनीति वो कर रहे हैं वो बहुत ही गलत है और उसकी घोर निंदा महाराष्ट्र की जनता वोट के रूप में करेगी. नहीं, बट वो प्रॉब्लम ये है ना कि जो गलत है उसका तो एक बेंचमार्क सेट हो गया है ना. जब एनसीपी और कांग्रेस और शिवसेना के लिए सही था साथ में आना, तो अब तो आप किसी और पे सवाल नहीं उठा सकते ना. अभी मुझे नहीं मुझे एक बात बताइए 2019 में शिवसेना जब एनसीपी से अलग हुई तो वो ये कहते हुए हुई कि मुख्यमंत्री पद हमें चाहिए. ये बीजेपी से जब अलग हुई तो ये कहा कि हमको मुख्यमंत्री पद चाहिए, बीजेपी ने उनकी डील नहीं मानी तो अलग हो गए।
हाँ।
अब ऐसा अचानक क्या हुआ कि 2.5 साल बाद बीजेपी ने मुख्यमंत्री पद शिंदे जी को दे दिया?
नहीं,
इसका
वो
ये
उनका
मतलब है
मामला
कि
है।
बीजेपी
आप
खुद
मुझे
ही तोड़ना
नहीं,
चाहती
ये
है।
बात सही नहीं है। वो उनका मामला है, वो किसी को भी दे कैन चेंज देयर माइंड, कोई सेट रूल तो नहीं है। लेकिन आपने भी तो धोखा दिया ना पब्लिक मैंडेट को।
2000 नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं धोखा दिया।
आपने भी तो अपनी आइडियोलॉजी से कॉम्प्रोमाइज किया। आप तो शिवसेना जैसी पार्टी के साथ चले गए।
एक मिनट मुझे ये बताइए, 20 साल से भारतीय जनता पार्टी महाराष्ट्र में जिन लोगों को कोस कर वोट लेते आई है लोगों के, आज उन्हीं के साथ जाके बैठ गई।
बिल्कुल, वो सही सवाल है, लेकिन आप पे भी तो सवाल उठा था ना 3 साल पहले।
बिल्कुल नहीं। हमने कभी भी शिवसेना को, बाला साहब ठाकरे और पवार साहब की दोस्ती तो जग जाहिर है।
दोस्ती तो का मतलब पॉलिटिकल अलायंस थोड़ी ना होता है इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स में।
बिल्कुल मैं ये बोल रहा हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जो राजनीति महाराष्ट्र के अंदर की है वो लोगों के सामने है, वो जग जाहिर है, और इसका बहुत बड़ा खामियाजा भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जनता के सामने वोट के रूप में भुगतना पड़ेगा।
Okay, all right, fair enough. Let me also go across quickly to Smita Prakash, who's also with us. A quick comment from an outsider, or at least, not a non-politician, before I go back to the politicians. Smita Prakash, even as we speak, is it looking like a done deal? Is it deja vu or redux done better? Because I can't figure it out.
No, Shivani, I don't think anything is a done deal now after seeing the ulat palat which has happened in Maharashtra. The churn is, and since 2019, in fact, not just in the past 1 year, the churn is certainly not over. I mean, manthan abhi chalu hai. So, final picture, if there is something called a final picture these days in politics, that has not yet emerged because surprisingly, Supriya Sule is now flexing her muscles. She's insisted on expelling the senior leaders. I don't think it would have been in Sharad Pawar's nature to have expelled Ajit Pawar or Praful Patel for that matter. And Sharad Pawar in this winter years of his politics saying that he will rebuild the party again sounds a little incredible, but then it's anyone's guess, because you really can't write off Sharad Pawar is something that most political reporters have learnt a lesson that, just when you think that he's in oblivion, he's not. He's somebody who's been, and in fact, I just interviewed Devendra Fadnavis and he himself said that don't at ever point think that, the opposition unity moves which are happening are without Sharad Pawar maneuvering everybody, because some of the opposition leaders can't even sit in a room and look eye to eye. And for them to sit together on a panel and get about doing it, it's Sharad Pawar's doing. So I think right now, currently, the immediate challenge for this new grouping which has come together in Maharashtra would be the scenario that if in case, in that remote possibility of the speaker disqualifying the Shiv Sena of Eknath Shinde, the BJP now seems to be having the backing of these NCP defectors. And I think currently the number is 40, but then who knows if some of them leave. Even then, they're in a comfortable situation with the NCP. So if that happens, this Eknath Shinde's 15 Shiv Sena MLAs, if they get disqualified, the BJP has the NCP breakaway faction with them, and so the disqualification of the entire team, the falling of the government will not happen. That's the first challenge I think Fadnavis had, or Eknath Shinde had, and that has been taken care of.
But they need 36 to prevent that anti-defection law from coming into play. And does Mr. Fadnavis or Mr. Pawar feel they're confident that Mr. Pawar has as many?
So Ajit Pawar seems to be saying 40 plus.
Yes.
So 40 plus abhi hai, and they are presuming that, they will be able to do it. Look, I don't think Fadnavis would take any chances after the embarrassment of the 2019 debacle. I think for him to make this Chanakya-like move, this chess move that he has done, he would have had to prove to the leadership in Delhi, Amit Shah, Modi combined, and Nadda and everybody else, that he is able to break away. So without having the numbers, I doubt that Pawar would again take the plunge and do that. I think, of course, it is difficult to keep the flock together, and Sharad Pawar's magnetic pull in the NCP cannot be denied. But to use the word traitor and Vibhishan, I think, for Praful Patel or for Ajit Pawar would be counterproductive at this stage when you're trying to incentivize people to come back to your team.
Well, Praful Patel has lost his MPship because that can be done without the Speaker's jurisdiction. So that they've already done. Yes, Mr. Hegde, I'm just going to come to you, but I just want to go to Faizan Mirza one more time on the issue of, Ajit Pawar. The sense we are getting from even loyalists like you, Sharad Pawar loyalists like you, if I can say that on a day like today, is that you're also not confident about the numbers. You may have moved a disqualification.
No one is confident about the number.
No one is confident. Okay, that's a candid. That's a candid admission.
Yes. And there are only, but according to my information, there are only 9 people with Ajit Pawar who have took the oath yesterday. Only that MLAs are with him. Rest MLAs are coming back, and till 5th of July, you will see some change.
Okay. All right. I'll leave it at that. I'll come back to you. Yes, Krishna Hegde and Tuhin Sinha now. Please tell me how you're going to defend. Let's go to Tuhin Sinha. Please tell me how you're going to defend the charges of doing exactly what you blame your opponents for, which is betraying the public's mandate. In this case, going twice with somebody who you have called corrupt in the past. In fact, the ministers who took oath yesterday, several of them have been attacked by your party leaders just in the last 1 year. How is this okay? Tuhin Sinha?
Good evening, Shivani. Good evening, Shivani. Good evening, everybody. First of all, let me say this with a lot of responsibility, that only 2 people are responsible for the repeated chaos that you have witnessed in Maharashtra in the last 3.5 years, and that is Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar. The mandate was always for a BJP-led coalition. We won 161 seats in coalition with Shiv Sena, 42.6%. After that, since we are repeatedly accused of betrayal, it was Shiv Sena which fought in our name at places even in the name of Devendra Fadnavis ji, and eventually they betrayed.
Yes, but time has moved on from there.
Having said that, it was important to finish off the NCP once and for all, the Sharad Pawar-led NCP, because, they have always, for the last 45 years, they have always been betraying people's mandates. They have, in fact, whatever Ajit Pawar ji or, Praful Patel may do today, somewhere they have learned.
No, 1 second. Tuhin Sinha, can I just hold you? 1 second. You're saying it was important to finish off the NCP? That is the BJP's mission?
The Sharad Pawar-led NCP, because Sharad Pawar, like I mentioned, along with Uddhav Thackeray, were primarily responsible for the chaos that the state has witnessed in the last 3.5 years, despite a very clear mandate for a BJP-led.
So you are accepting this is BJP's revenge?
Well, we are looking at the larger picture. In 2024, it is important for us to ensure a very clear majority, and for that, Ajit Pawar has he is an able administrator. He has proved it over the years. Now, I do understand that there are some charges of corruption, which in fact,
just some charges of corruption. I love how you are just adding this as an afterthought, as a footnote. कल तक आपके leaders videos release कर रहे थे exactly इन्हीं leaders के खिलाफ.
Yes, that's the point.
That political decisions by certain MLAs and the ED investigation are 2 separate issues, and I will give you the example of Mukul Rai. When Mukul Rai, joined the BJP, you again accused us of saying you've taken him because, he has ED charges. Now he has gone back to TMC. Does that mean the cases are reopened? In some cases, it is difficult because of the complex nature of the financial dealings, because of the complex nature of money laundering charges. Sometimes they take over 10 years.
Okay.
But I can tell you...
No, 1 second. Let me go to others with this as well. Sujata Paul is waiting. But, I'm quite fascinated because the exact charge to Hinsana... Yes, Krishna ji, I'm coming to you next. The exact charge the BJP faces is that they are one by one trying to eliminate and finish off regional parties. So, Hinsana, you've almost virtually accepted to that. Now, that will be a question raised on you. Whether you can use all kinds of machinery or even berths in the cabinet or ministership as some sort of a means to destroy regional parties.
No, we have in fact created a new regional party. Eknath Shinde is the real Shiv Sena. We have helped create a new regional party. So that is out of question. But yes, perfidious parties, which include, the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena and the Sharad Pawar-led NCP are responsible for the mess that you see in Maharashtra in the last 3.5 years.
Okay, but does that mean that you're going to be on a mission to quote-unquote finish off certain parties? I'll come back to that. Tuhin Sinha, I have to take some opening remarks from Krishna Hegde as well. Krishna Hegde, are you worried? Now the BJP doesn't need Shiv Sena, the Shinde faction anymore that much.
No, not at all. We are a triple engine Sarkar and we'll work for the people of Maharashtra with the speed of a bullet train. Having said that, I also want to say that I want to reply to what the other panelists have said.
Yes.
Today we have got a numerical strength of 274 in the House and the entire combined opposition has got not even 70 or 74. And then the Uddhav Thackeray faction just told me, the panelist said that we should fight the election. Firstly, he does not know possibly that a petition is filed in the Supreme Court where they have made an appeal against the local bodies. One first for the number of wards in Mumbai and then regarding the OBC, reservation in local bodies. And that is why the elections are not happening. And anyway, I challenge them to have an election. Because today they are not even a factor of, in Maharashtra. The Uddhav Thackeray faction is got 12 MLAs. And I will tell you another thing, that today they have no power. I can say another thing, that Praful Bhai and Sunil Tatkare are not going to be disqualified because you don't have a right to recall. There is no law called right to recall where if someone has moved out. Otherwise, we are the actual Shiv Sena. Lot of, Rajya Sabha MPs from Uddhav Thackeray's faction, including Sanjay Raut, would have been disqualified by us. They are still not disqualified.
नहीं बट वो तो दो अलग पार्टी हो गई ना कृष्णा एक वो तो दो अलग पार्टी हो गई यहाँ पे तो अभी पार्टी किसकी है ये तो बचा है ना अभी
we are the Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar ji has clearly said that he is the NCP and the election commission has granted us the symbol of Shiv Sena and also the name of Shiv Sena because we hold the absolute majority. And the same is with Ajit Dada. He's got a list of around 42 MLAs till now and the list is already growing.
But he had the list in 2019 also. No, Krishna Hegde, once again, he had the list in 2019 also.
No, in 2019, it was Sharad Pawar Saab who sent Ajit Dada there after striking a deal with the BJP and backed off in the last minute and then recalled all the MLAs and said, do not go. So that was again what Ajit Dada did with Sharad.
Okay, but you didn't answer my question.
Sahab did with Ajit Dada. And what they are calling traitors, you are calling 50 MLAs who left you traitors. You are calling 13 MPs who left you traitors. Now you are calling Ajit Dada's 42 MLAs traitors. And who are the loyalists? The coterie of Uddhav Thackeray who run the party, the 4-member coterie of Uddhav Thackeray who run the party, who have no grassroots support, who are mostly from Rajya Sabha and MLC, they are loyalists. These parties are built with people who have elective merit and who can win elections.
That's fair enough. Now, Mr. Hegde, you're not understanding. There are multiple layers of questions here. There may be a question of who was running the party right or who did right by the party. But there's another moral propriety question on taking away MLAs after verdicts. Now, I can understand that Uddhav Thackeray also did the same. I get that.
Who's taking away the MLAs? We are the actual party. They are a fringe element today. We are the actual party. The election commission.
What is Ajit Pawar doing?
Both for the name and as for the numerical strength and also for the symbol. So Uddhav Thackeray is not Shiv Sena. He is UBT.
No, that's fine. But I'm saying that when that happened and when what's happening within the NCP also, there will be questions asked on what is going on. Do MLAs not care anymore about whom they're aligning with? Does the public mandate, their voter base not care anymore? Are you telling me the NCP voter base and the BJP Sena voter base is the same?
See, the elections were fought, like Tuhin said, with the BJP and Shiv Sena together in 2019. And the mandate was given by the public of Maharashtra for 2019 for the Shiv Sena and BJP, not for NCP, Congress and...
Sir, I get that, but आप भी तो वही कर रहे हो ना अब?
So, no, हम क्या कर रहे हैं? हम तो mandate का respect कर रहे हैं. हम तो साथ में गए.
Okay, Faizan wants to come in very quickly, then I have to go to Sujata as well. Sujata is waiting very patiently.
We are the
Faizan, let Faizan respond.
And Bala Saheb Thackeray ji has said, जो दिन मुझे कांग्रेस राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस
वो पुरानी बात हो गई सर, अब वो डिस्कस कर लिया हमने. उसमें मॉरल रिस्पांसिबिलिटी जिसकी थी उन्होंने भुगत भी लिया. बट आज की जो सिचुएशन है उसका सवाल तो उठाया जाएगा. फैजान वेरी क्विकली, सुजाता पॉल इज वेटिंग.
कोटरी के वजह से, कोटरी के वजह से
कल राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी की कार्याध्यक्षा सुप्रिया सुले का एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ, जिसमें उन्होंने उल्लेख किया एक बात का कि कांग्रेस से एक नेता बीजेपी में आए हैं, महाराष्ट्र के है वो ये कहते हैं कि जब से मैं बीजेपी में आया हूं तब से मुझे नींद बड़ी अच्छी लगती है, ईडी का मेरे को और सीबीआई का डर नहीं सताता है। पूरे महाराष्ट्र की जनता एक चीज कह रही है, वॉशिंग पाउडर भाजपा, दूध सी सफेदी भाजपा से आई, बड़े से बड़ा भ्रष्टाचारी साफ हो जाए, सबकी पसंद भाजपा।
आपको लग रहा है कि 80 विधायक जो क्रॉस हुए वो डर के क्रॉस हुए क्या? 2-3 के ऊपर होंगे ईडी, तो 80 कहाँ से गए? और जो सांसद है किनके ऊपर ईडी लगी है? और आप इतने शरीफ बन रहे हैं, लालू प्रसाद यादव पे सीबीआई किसने लगाई? मुलायम सिंह यादव पे सीबीआई किसने लगाई? 50 सरकारें इसके पहले किसने, कांग्रेस ने गिराई ना ईडी और सीबीआई को।
सुनिए तो सही। अरे
आप मोरालिटी
शरीफ मत बनिए हेगड़े साहब, आप भी मोरालिटी की बात मत कीजिए,
मोरालिटी की बात मत कीजिए, मोरालिटी की बात
आप भी महाराष्ट्र में किस तरह की कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं ना, 2014 में आप ही के नेता का कहना था, 2014 में आप ही के नेता का कहना था कि मुझे बीजेपी के साथ नहीं रहना, मैं इस्तीफा दे रहा हूं। अपनी जेब में इस्तीफा रखकर आए थे शिंदे साहब, और ये कहा था कि बीजेपी शिवसेना को खत्म कर रही है। ये बात आप ध्यान रखिए। आप यहाँ पर मोरालिटी और सच्चाई की बात मत कीजिए, मुखौटा उतार दूंगा आपकी सच्चाई का यहाँ पर।
I want to go across to Sujata Paul. One second, gentlemen, just hold on. Sujata Paul, I want to come to you on the question of this whole ED thing. Now, recently, one of your MLAs was taken in by the TMC in West Bengal. You naturally raised a question over that. TMC is even, a like-minded party. The question that arose there was that TMC doesn't have ED and CBI under it, right? Your MLA still jumped ship. So is this a justification enough that there are investigations against some MLAs and that's why they changed their sides? Some do, some have investigations, they never move. It has to be more than that, no?
It has to be more than that because 2024 elections are just around the corner and Vinash Kale Viprit. And now from Maha Vikas Aghadi, it is Maha Vinash Aghadi. Now, I was listening to some of the panelists and they were talking about Shiv Sena and BJP got the mandate. Did NCP also get the mandate? Today, that faction of NCP which is with them, and tomorrow will they be able to accuse Ajit Pawar, Chhagan Bhujbal, Praful Patel, any one of them of corruption? And if you remember, Ram Kadam and I think you mentioned it also, Ram Kadam and Kirit Somaiya, every day they were making videos and putting them up and accusing these people of corruption. But the most important point is that today the BJP spokesperson sits on your panel and he says that yes, it is necessary to finish off the smaller parties, just like Mr. JP Nadda said. But I also think that the BJP is in such disarray that their spokespersons are at a loss of words. They don't know how to defend this entire thing. And this is Mr. Modi's mother of democracy. Because when he was talking about there is democracy in the country, this is the kind of democracy that they were talking about. Where, you have to also remember that this country is basically a very emotional country. So we need to wait and watch as to how people are going to react to this betrayal of Sharad Pawarji and how, things pan out in the future.
Yes.
Sorry. No, I'm talking about Sharad Pawarji.
Betrayal
how people are going to react to it.
But can I just ask you very quickly, Tuhin, I'll give you an opportunity. Can I just ask you, Sujata Paul, does the Congress believe, Tuhin, I'll come to you. Does the Congress believe that any of this happens without Sharad Pawar's approval? Sujata Paul.
Well, we all know about Mr. Sharad Pawar. He's a very, very deep man and nobody can say what exactly is happening till things start unfolding. We saw Ajit Pawar go play kabaddi and came back. Well, you are the ones who want Ajit Pawar, right? You are the ones who accused him of corruption and you are the ones who are being desperate and you are frustrated that you want to form the government with them again and again because you want to set a narrative. But don't forget that this is an emotional country and people are watching you, people are recognizing what Modi's mother of democracy is all about. This is Modi's
it is so funny that the Congress...
Yes, but I'm coming to it.
Can I come in? You are funny because, you're talking about creating Eknath Shinde.
Okay, one second. Krishna Hegde ji, please don't speak over others. Please don't speak over others. Smita, I'll come to you, but let Tuhin respond to what Sujata Paul said.
my words have been repeatedly distorted by the Congress. I never said that the BJP is off to finish off smaller parties. I said two people were responsible for the chaos that Maharashtra has witnessed.
You said finish off NCP. It was necessary to finish off NCP. That's what you said. And that is your purpose. You want to finish off the Shiv Sena, finish off everybody, but you cannot finish off everybody one, and the Congress stands in front of you. Congress is standing in front of you, and you will be wiped out. Like you were wiped out from Karnataka, wiped out from Himachal Pradesh.
Okay.
You do not exist in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh.
Okay, let's just stick to the subject. I cannot allow this. 1 second, please, both of you not at the same time. Yes, Smita, you wanted to come in.
Yeah, Shivani, even if Tuhin didn't say that, just for a minute, let's imagine that maybe the BJP or somebody in the BJP says that they want to decimate the NCP and poach from the NCP. My question is, why be surprised? The Congress in Karnataka openly said that the JDS did not deserve to exist, that it should be decimated. Jairam Ramesh said that. The national parties are quite clear that the smaller parties which eat the votes, not which are, regional parties, but smaller parties which eat away their voter share, they are well within their ambit to poach their people and to decimate them. The Congress realized that they had not done that, and they vacated the space for an Aam Aadmi party to rise. And that is why the Aam Aadmi party is in Delhi and in Punjab. And a section of the Congress does not want to align with the AAP and wants to eat away the vote share of the AAP. Why? Because they took away their vote share.
Yeah.
So I think alliances and coalitions are good, with the good, bad and ugly are fine. And that is part of our electoral democracy.
Okay.
No,
but I
it's
think
not.
a larger question on what does the public mandate even mean anymore if parties keep switching sides and their alliances without any, without any history and without any common understanding of what issues they stand for is a larger question for our democracy, anti-defection law, aside. But I've run out of time. I leave it at that. I do thank our guests for joining us. And it looks like the story is not quite over yet, because we're still to see whether either side can produce the numbers that they're talking about. I also spoke to Arvind Sawant, MP of the Uddhav Shiv Sena, on what seems to be deja vu of the split that Sena witnessed last year, repeating this time for the NCP. This is what he had to say.
जो कुछ हुआ वो सारा असंवैधानिक हुआ है। आप हार मानते हो, आप स्वीकारते भी हो सकते, हम नहीं स्वीकारते उसे। इलेक्शन कमीशन का बर्ताव एक गुलाम जैसे था, लाइक अ स्लेव। दे डिड नॉट डिलीवर द जस्टिस, दे फेवर्ड वन पीपल, वन पार्टी, which is unconstitutional, to which we have given a challenge in the Supreme Court now. अब रही बात जो कुछ हमारे साथ हुआ, अगर हम इतने कमजोर है, बहन जी आपको लगता है हम कमजोर हो गए हैं, तो फिर मुंबई में चुनाव क्यों नहीं होते? मुंबई महानगर पालिका के चुनाव क्यों नहीं हो रहे? राज्य में जिला परिषद पंचायत समिति के चुनाव क्यों नहीं हो रहे? हम तो कमजोर है ना भैया, आपके तरह हार गए ना, तो जीतने वाले चुनाव क्यों नहीं ले रहे? पूछो तो सही।
सर, आपको क्या लगता है कि
असंवैधानिक तरीके से किसी पार्टी को नाम लेना, उसका चुनाव चिन्ह छीन लेना संवैधानिक नहीं था, इसलिए हम हार नहीं मानते
जी।
बिकाऊ लोग तो थे तभी भी इतिहास में, अभी भी बिकाऊ लोग हैं, कुछ डर के मारे जाते हैं, कुछ बेचे जाते हैं।
अब ये ओथ तो हो गई है कल 9 मिनिस्टर्स की, आपको क्या लगता है कि अभी भी वो लोग वापस आएंगे शरद पवार जी के साथ?
नहीं, उस पर मैं बयान नहीं दूंगा, लेकिन आप नजरअंदाज कर रहे हो, नजरअंदाज ये कर रहे हो आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का स्टेटमेंट। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इनके ऊपर आरोप लगाए भरी सभा में, कार्यक्रम में, उनकी पार्टी की होगी कोई मालूम नहीं। एनसीपी पार्टी द मोस्ट करप्ट पार्टी, अगर भ्रष्टाचारी, उन्होंने कहा ना, प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा कि नहीं कहा? फिर आगे चलकर कहा सिंचाई प्रकल्प में भ्रष्टाचार हुआ है, बैंकों में भ्रष्टाचार हुआ है, 75,000 करोड़ का भ्रष्टाचार हुआ। भाई भ्रष्टाचारी को क्यों लिया भैया? पूछो तो सही सवाल, कभी उधर हमें पूछने के पहले उधर पूछो ना। पूछने की हिम्मत है आप में कि उधर जाके पूछोगे कि प्रधानमंत्री जी आपने तो कहा था भ्रष्टाचारी, सब ले लिए? हाँ, पिछले 15 दिन के बीच में वो मुस्लिम साहब के घर में रेड डाली थी, आईडी ने 2 बार रेड डाली, वो आज मंत्री बने राज्य के। सारा असंवैधानिक काम करने वाली पार्टी विद डिफरेंस बीजेपी। माननीय देवेंद्र जी फडणवीस की जो वीडियो क्लिपिंग है चाहिए तो मैं अभी बताऊं, किसी भी हालत में हम राष्ट्रवादी पार्टी के साथ नहीं जाएंगे, किसी भी हालत में हम अजित पवार को कभी पार्टी में नहीं लेंगे। ये उनके बयान है भैया, मेरे नहीं है। वो भी तो जरा साथ में दिखाते रहो ना, लोगों के लिए थोड़ा ज्ञान मिल जाएगा कैसी पलटी मारती है पार्टी। वो भी तो समझने दो, पार्टी विद डिफरेंस कैसी पलटी मारती है।
सर मैं जानती हूँ आप
सर
एनसीपी
अजित
के विषय
पवार
पे
विल बी चक्की पीसिंग, डायलॉग सुनो, पूरा डायलॉग सुनो। अजित पवार विल बी चक्की पीसिंग, चक्की पीसिंग, चक्की पीसिंग। कौन कहता है? देवेंद्र फडणवीस। आज उसके साथ में उप मुख्यमंत्री भैया, अब पिसेगा क्या? क्या पिसने वाले हो? जानते हो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के निर्णय की वजह से इस सरकार को जाना पड़ेगा। मुख्यमंत्री को निकाल, वो तो अपात्र कर देंगे। 16 लोग पहले विधायक तो 16 जाएंगे, उसके बाद में बाकी भी निकल जाएंगे। सरकार को बचाना कैसे है? चोरों को भी ले लो, भ्रष्टाचारी को ले लो, लेकिन सरकार सत्ता बरकरार रखो। पार्टी विद डिफरेंस।
ये क्यों बार बार हो रहा है एनसीपी में? क्या शरद पवार को जगह नहीं मिली ढंग से अपनी ही पार्टी में, इसलिए वो मजबूर हो रहे हैं? क्या ये भी सही नहीं होगा कहना?
नहीं, मुझे नहीं लगता, क्योंकि मैंने अभी बताया आपको कि प्रधानमंत्री जी के स्टेटमेंट के बाद में ये सब डरे थे। बीच में आपको याद है कि ये जड्डेश्वर शुगर फैक्ट्री है, वो जड्डेश्वर की शुगर फैक्ट्री भी अजित पवार साहब उसको लीड करते हैं, उसके ऊपर रेड गिरी थी। अजित पवार साहब के रिश्तेदारों के घर में भी रेड गिरी थी। बहन भूल गए क्या? उनकी बहन के घर में रेड गिरी थी। परेशान तो थे ही वो। अब ये सब दबाना, दबाव तंत्र इस्तेमाल करना, ये आते हो तो बोलो, नहीं तो उधर जेल में जाओ, ये धमकाने वाली बात है। और वो हो गया, जान गए कि भाई ये सरकार जा रही गिरेगी। अब उनको, उनकी हालत बीजेपी की हालत नहीं है, तो फिर ये तो उनकी कमजोरी है बीजेपी की कि उन्होंने भ्रष्टाचारियों को न्योता दिया, आ जाओ भैया हमें सरकार बचानी है
जी।
न्योता देकर स्वागत नहीं किया, सत्कार किया मंत्री पद देकर।
जी,
अब सोचो,
तो आप ये कह रहे हैं कि जो शिवसेना के 16 विधायक जिनके ऊपर डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन का मसला अभी पेंडिंग है, वो तो डिस्क्वालीफाई होंगे ही। अब एनसीपी की जो लीडरशिप है, शरद पवार, सुप्रिया सुले, उन्होंने ये जो 9 लोगों ने शपथ ली है, उनका डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन का भी प्ली डाला है। और जो 2 एमपी प्रफुल्ल पटेल और सुनील तटकरे उनके साथ दिखे थे, उनको भी डिस्क्वालीफाई करने की बात कही गई है। क्या आपको लगता है कि एनसीपी के बीच में जो वॉर चल रहा है, जो उनका इंटरनल टसल चल रहा है, इसमें कौन जीतेगा? आपको क्या लगता है?
कौन जीतेगा? जिसकी महाशक्ति वहां बैठी है ना, जिसने इलेक्शन कमीशन जैसे गुलाम खड़े करी है, कौन जीतेगा बताना पड़ता है क्या? हमको इतनी तकलीफ क्यों हुई, बताना पड़ेगा?
नहीं सर, मेरा सवाल ये नहीं है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन किसको डिसाइड करेगा। मेरा सवाल ये है कि लोग शरद पवार के साथ हैं या अजीत पवार के साथ हैं?
अभी अब पहले प्रश्न का सवाल जवाब देता हूँ पहले
जी।
अच्छा, इनको कौन करेगा? स्पीकर करेगा। किसके पास लेटर देंगी? सुप्रिया सुले जी, लोकसभा स्पीकर, और दूसरा विधानसभा स्पीकर। क्या स्पीकर करेगा? आप ही जवाब दे दो ना। डिस्क्वालीफाई करेगा? वो तो प्रफुल्ल पटेल जी और सुनील तटकरे को उन्होंने नॉमिनेट किया। किसने? माननीय अध्यक्ष शरद पवार साहब ने। इलेक्टेड नहीं है वो, नॉमिनेटेड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द पार्टी। So he can withdraw that and say it. I don't want it. I have removed them from the party's post. But how to disqualify? Disqualification will be done by the speaker. And then speaker, who is the speaker? The party who is doing all these things, conspiring all these things, their man is the speaker. Will he deliver justice? Do you expect it?
But
Therefore,
sir, for that,
the democracy is in danger in this country.
But sir, for that, either side has to prove who has the majority support of the MLAs. Now, Ajit Pawar claims 40. Mr. Sharad Pawar is saying that the party and most of the MLAs are indeed with him.
Where it can be decided? It can be decided in the assembly, not outside. Where he has to prove that these are the people with me. Or he can bring it them to the governor of Maharashtra and say that these are the guys are with me. And then that number can be recognized. But other also, the party will not stand. He cannot say, I claim the party. He can take advantage of the 3/4, the constitutional provision. If the 3/4 of the people are leaving the party, they can leave the party. But they have to join the party. They cannot have the separate existence as per the provisions of the Constitution, Article 10 of the Constitution.
Okay. Now अजीत पवार ने 2 बार ट्राई कर लिया है कि वो अपनी पार्टी को खींच के भाजपा की सरकार के साथ जुड़ जाइए, दूसरी बार हो रहा है और उन्होंने ओथ भी दूसरी बार ले ली है। आपको क्या लगता है ये दाव उनका चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा या वापस आना पड़ेगा उनको?
ये तो जनता की कोर्ट में बताएंगे। जनता की कोर्ट में जब जाएंगे तब पता चलेगा। तब तक ये महाशक्ति वहां बैठी है ऊपर और ये कंस्पायर करने वाले लोग इसको खींचते रहेंगे। उनकी संस्थाएं हैं, वो संस्थाएं तारीख की तारीख देती रहेगी जब तक चुनाव आएगा। चुनाव पीपल्स कोर्ट में वो ज्यादा अच्छा है। जनता की कोर्ट में उसका निर्णय होगा, वो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा और वही ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा, वो सही निर्णय होगा।
All right, on that note, time for us to slip into a very short break. On the other side, we'll get you what's happening as far as Europe is concerned. Now, the riots that kick-started over the teenagers killing in France are spreading to other countries as well. Is multiculturalism failing in Europe?